Alex Jones was recently arrested for DUI. Now, I hope he gets better. I don't want anybody's life to be in danger because of his actions. But with Alex Jones, even if he weren't driving under the influence, he would still be putting people's lives at risk. And here's what I mean by that. New York Attorney General threatens legal action if Alex Jones keeps telling viewers his toothpaste can cure coronavirus. On Thursday, New York Attorney General Letitia James announced that she was threatening legal action against far-right conspiracy theory broadcaster Alex Jones if he continues to claim to viewers that his line of toothpaste, creams, and dietary supplements can cure coronavirus. She said, "I ordered Alex Jones to immediately stop selling and marketing products as a treatment or cure for coronavirus on his website. If he doesn't cease and desist these activities immediately, I won't hesitate to take legal action and hold him accountable for the harm he's caused." She continues, she says, "Mr. Jones has been marketing and selling toothpaste, dietary supplements, creams, and other products as treatments to prevent and cure coronavirus. He even fraudulently claims the U.S. government has said his toothpaste, quote, kills the whole SARS corona family at point-blank range." Point-blank range. Mr. Jones' public platform has given him a microphone to shout inflammatory rhetoric, but these latest mistruths are incredibly dangerous and pose a serious threat to the public health of our nation. You know, when I read a story like this, it's just... You would think that having a system that values freedom of speech would mean that people are a little more cognizant of what they say to, ensure that they don't cross a line. Because that's the thing, is there really aren't many lines. If you really have a country that believes in free speech and a system that values it, as I think we should, then, don't take it for granted. And what does he do? He somehow manages to find the few lines that you can't cross, and he's like, I'm going to cross that. Now, I famously defended him when he was getting, all the social media companies were banning him. And basically I was saying, look, if he said anything in particular that really does cross a line where it's libelous, it's slander, whatever it might be, it's violates the few rules that exist. Okay, take down those specific videos. Instead, they were banning him completely from these social media sites. And I don't think that's okay, because I think that sets the precedent that it's a slippery slope, and eventually, they'll look at people like me and say, oh, he's extreme because, he tells the truth when it comes to the DNC rigging the primary or whatever it might be. That's just one example. But, so I defended him in that respect, because even though he's dangerous and even though he says crazy things, okay, if he happens to break any rules, those specific videos can be taken down, but you can't say everything you've ever said and everything you ever will say, we're banning you. I think that's insane. Here's an instance where, if there were videos that he had up on YouTube and he was specifically saying this stuff cures coronavirus, yes, I would take those videos down. Because that is absolutely... that could lead to material harm for people. The fact that, a lot of these far-right characters are currently saying, hey, go out, don't listen to the warnings, frequent the local pub. This is dangerous, and it's against the CDC guidelines, and it absolutely will lead to the virus spreading and more people dying as a result of it. To say this goofy product that you have cures the coronavirus when it doesn't, and you're getting wealthy off that, guys, that is a textbook case of fraud. That's just fraud, what you're doing, Alex. That's all that is. Hey, I'm selling something and saying it does this, and then it doesn't. And in the case of medicine, it's particularly egregious. Because when you watch, not to defend the big pharma companies, because I'd never do that, when you watch a commercial for a new treatment, what do? They tell you the treatment, and then they say, side effects may include... and they go through all the side effects. And they're legally required to tell you everything that might happen if you take that drug, even if it only happens in 0.1% of cases. So why is it they get the strict rules and regulations, but Alex Jones is able to go out there and lie and say my toothpaste cures The coronavirus? It's like that dude, what's his name? I think Peter Popoff is his name. He's like a televangelist dude who claims that his holy water cures cancer. I mean, these are just, these people are the scum of the earth, man. They're just robbing from poor, uneducated people who are desperate. And Alex Jones is taking advantage of people who rightly distrust the system, but he's like selling himself as, only trust me. I'm the answer here. No, you're a fraud, and you're misleading people. And, I'm a free speech absolutist. And again, I would have never totally banned him from all these social media sites. But when you do stuff like this, what he's doing is proving the point of his strongest critics. His strongest critics who say, no, this guy should be totally out of polite society. Nobody should entertain him for a split second. You should suppress him. That's what his strongest critics say. Well, when you go out there and pretend like your frickin' toothpaste and your supplements cure coronavirus, congratulations. You just gave your strongest critics ammo, and they're correct in this instance to say, we can't allow this, man. How many people does he have that listen to his show? Millions, right? His show's at least as big as mine. Probably bigger, because he's been doing it for a hell of a lot longer. And you think you could just casually go out there and say, you have a cure for coronavirus? Come on, man. Have some decency. Have some modicum of shame. Have some basic respect for your audience. Because you know that he knows this shit doesn't do that. You know that. You know that. Does he actually think his toothpaste and his supplements cure it? Come on, dog. Come on. So, yeah, I would, they're threatening the lawsuit. I don't know why they don't just do it. And I don't know why it's New York, to be fair, because I'm pretty sure he's based in Texas. So I don't know why the Texas Attorney General doesn't go after him. I guess technically if somebody from New York buys it, or I don't know. I really don't know the legality of the situation. But listen, bottom line is, Alex, take that down off your website and do it ASAP. Because it's one thing to speculate about the nature of conspiracies and say, you think this crazy thing happened or that crazy thing happened. And some small percentage of the time he's right and he gets some conspiracies right. Most of the time he doesn't and he's dead wrong and he's dangerous, the stuff he's spreading. But it's one thing to just have conversations and speculate about how wild and, how far down the rabbit hole you want to go in terms of conspiracies. It's another thing to commit fraud and put people's lives in danger. And that's exactly what he's doing right here.